So this is Alan Weinkrantz. I'm at the Paul McCartney concert, and your name, you're a
Rocky. Everybody calls me Rocky.
Rocky. And so tell me what you've done in terms of being an electrician for the bands and things.
Yeah, I used to repair Hammond organs, electronic keyboards.
You mentioned Hendrix, some others.
Well, not with Hendrix. He didn't have any keyboards. But when I left him, I went with Keith Emerson.
Yeah, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I remember them. I saw them at Wembley.
Then I worked for Paul for years, and then I worked for Eric Clapton. And Eric came to our wedding and all that.
Cool. So what's it like today with electronics versus what electronics used to be in the 70s, 60s?
Well, totally different. There's no valves anymore. It's all valves. Like with Jimmy, you used to take a valve out to get the sound. Distorted sound. You can't do that with transistors.
So how do you keep the music pure today?
Keep listening to the old stuff.
He doesn't
I don't do it.
No, I know, but what's your advice for young musicians that are trying to emulate the original, say the Vox sound, or original Fender sounds, or the original sounds, but everything's sort of digital electronic now? How do you still keep it pure?
I honestly don't know. I've done it for a good few years now.
I think that it's my opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not a professional, but I think that the equipment that they were able to use back then allowed them to do a lot of different things that they're not able to do today with the equipment that they have. The equipment back then was, you could tweak it and twitch it and, get all kinds of interesting
And what about
noises.
just storytelling and narratives? What do you think is different today than from back then?
I think it's run by accountants now. It was fun and games when I was doing it.
Yeah.
One thing I would say that's different now than from then, a person with a VIP pass didn't wait outside the front door.
Okay. And what about voice, narrative, story? How's that changed over the last 30 or 40 years?
How's what changed?
Voice, the narrative, the songs, the meanings of the songs in terms of interpreting culture and, be it the hippie movement, Vietnam, whatever.
Well, I don't think it happens anymore. It's all gone. There's no music today. The kids in 50 years will still be listening to what we're listening to. It was 50 years ago now. I don't think there's any music today at all. It's terrible. Okay. There are a few, but not. I couldn't name any, as a matter of fact.
What specifically did you do for all of these artists, all the musicians?
I was a roadie. I'd repair the equipment if it went wrong. And like Keith Emerson used to smash his organ up. I used to put it all back together. With wings and all that, we had a mellotron, which is all tapes. I used to sort that out and tune the pianos, and they fixed this. If anything, traveling around the world, things get broken. And I was the guy that...
I saw the Who at Charlton Football Club when they introduced Quadrophenia.
Yeah.
And I also was at Wembley backstage with Emerson, Lake and Palmer, which was fun. And I also was at the Valentine's Day Massacre with Beck, Bogart, and a piece at the Rainbow Theater.
Beck, Bogart, and a piece. I worked for Bogart and a piece with Vanilla Fudge.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Because they had a Hammond organ. And I was a Hammond organ, basically, engineer.
Well, how did you travel? I mean, did you fly? Was it in buses?
Years ago, we used
trains?
Years ago, you flew everywhere. And now you have a coach. And you travel around by coach. Well, not like this, because this is a one-off gig.
Yeah.
Like they live in New York and they fly in and fly out. The crew used to travel by.
Great. Well, thank you so much. You have a Facebook page?
I think I do, yeah. Rocky Morley.
Rocky, spell it?
Morley, M-O-R-L-E-Y.
Okay, well, thank you. This is Alan Weinkrantz signing off with Rocky and
Susan
at the Paul McCartney concert in Houston, Texas on November the 14th, 2012.